Hey, it's Kettner here, and in this video, we're going to go through a simple 3-step process that you can use to test a business idea with real-world customers without spending a lot of time, energy, or money in the process. In fact, this is a system that you can use even if you have yet to build out your product or your service. That way, you can gather early feedback and actually improve your idea and improve your odds for success. Now, if you're interested in learning more about how to build and grow your business, I recommend that you subscribe to the channel here on YouTube and that you turn on notifications so that you don't miss out on future videos. But with that said, let's dive into it. And before I actually get into the 3 steps, I want to talk a little bit about why testing is so important, because this isn't just about figuring out if you have a good idea or a bad idea. As I kind of alluded to earlier, the idea here is really to figure out how to improve your business idea. So you want to gather feedback as early as possible. You want to start focusing on marketing as early as possible. So that's kind of the theme here. You're looking for opportunities to reduce risk, learn more, and at the end of the day, improve your odds for success. So I'm going to cover these 3 steps quite quickly in this video. I plan on following up with individual videos focused on each of the steps to give you more information on how to actually execute the strategy. But here in this video, I want to focus on just providing you with a high-level look at how this process works so that you can get a sense for how and why you should pursue this with your business. Step number 1 is to bring your idea to life with a simple website. Now, you don't need to know anything about HTML or coding or anything like this to make this happen. You can use a simple online website visual builder like Wix or Squarespace or one of the many different options that exist out there. But the reason why this is so important is it's one of the easiest, fastest, and least expensive ways to bring your idea to life so that you can get genuine reactions from people, you can iterate and improve upon your idea, and you can actually improve your ability to communicate your idea with potential customers, all of which helps move your business forward. So that's the premise here. Now, what we don't want to do is build some kind of a Kickstarter campaign or a blog describing what we intend to build or what we're setting out to create. The idea here is we want to make a simple marketing website as if the business is 100% real and it already exists today. That's what I meant by this is one of the fastest ways to bring your idea to life. We want to make a website that portrays the idea as if it already exists, as if it's something that customers can take advantage of right now. And whether it's a product or a service, whatever the case may be, you don't actually have to worry about fulfilling the product yet, because what we're going to do is we're going to have simple call to action buttons on the website. Traditional buttons you've seen on millions of websites like buy now, sign up, register, learn more, whatever is appropriate for your specific business idea. And when customers click one of these buttons, we'll simply take them to another page that explains that, sorry, this product or service is not currently available. You can have a little form available for them to enter their email address if they want to be notified when it is available. But you don't actually have to worry about customers clicking through and buying, because at this point in time, you won't be accepting credit card payments. You won't be claiming to be able to sell something you don't have. The main idea here is to simply communicate what it is that you're intending to sell, who it's for, and why people should be interested in buying it, so that you can get reactions and actually see how people respond to the idea. So step number 2 is to gather early reactions to improve your messaging. This is really important because as entrepreneurs, while we may have a clear idea of what we're setting out to create, who it's for, and why it may be valuable to people, there's typically a pretty big gap between that and our ability to actually communicate that effectively to potential customers. So you should fully expect that your very first attempt to create this marketing website is going to have some pretty severe shortcomings in terms of articulating what it is in a way that customers get it and they really understand what it is that you're offering. So step number 2 is about refining your messaging. Talking with family, friends, maybe some early potential customers if you have a close relationship with them. You want to show them the website and you want to get their genuine reaction, and you want to see what they understand, where potential confusion might be, any feedback or ideas they might have about the product or service itself. So here in step 2, our primary goal is to improve the website, to improve our ability to communicate the idea. But a valuable byproduct of this whole process is you might get some interesting feedback and ideas on how you can actually improve the idea of the product or the service itself so that you can improve it even before you've built it. So you're already finding ways to take everything to the next level without having to spend a small fortune building the first version of the product or coding out the service or whatever it might be that you're setting out to create. So you're improving both the product and the way that you describe it to people. And the way that you conduct these interviews, these casual one-on-one interviews with family, friends, and potential customers is really important because, as I'm sure you can assume or imagine, most people, if they know you closely, are pretty hesitant to give you honest and critical feedback. And so what we're going to be doing when we go into this in a little bit more detail is we're going to be borrowing some ideas from Sprint by Jake Knapp and John Zeratsky. This is a fantastic book when it comes to building prototypes and gathering early reactions and making sure that your startup or your new business is moving in the right direction. So what we're going to do is take some of the concepts from the book, and just to give you kind of a quick look at how this works, you're going to sit in on one-on-one simple interviews with people. You're going to show them your website on a tablet or a laptop, and you're simply going to ask them open-ended questions to get a sense of what they're experiencing. You're not going to guide them. You're not going to step in and tell them where to look or why they should be interested in your product or service. You're not going to give them some sort of in-person sales pitch. You're simply going to show them the website and ask questions like, what do you think of this? Who do you think it's for? What do you think it does? What on the page stands out to you most? You're not asking for feedback. You're not asking for what they would do to improve the idea. You simply want to get their genuine reaction in the moment. And everything you say should be geared around getting more information from them as opposed to trying to guide them through it or to explain why they should be interested in the product or service or who it's for. Maybe if they're family or friends and maybe they're not particularly interested. But rather than trying to explain why you're creating this and who's going to benefit from it, you simply want to get their genuine reaction. And what you want to be watching for here is any moments of confusion, any points where they don't get it, they don't know where to look, they don't understand what it's all about, they're scrolling around the page and they can't make sense of it. Anything like that, instead of stepping in to try to solve it for them, you want to simply take notes, because at the end of the day, this step is all about actually improving the website. And as the title suggests, it's gathering early reactions to improve your messaging, not to try to sell the person in the moment, but just to improve your website for the next person. So that slowly, not only do you refine the way that you communicate about your product, but as I mentioned earlier, you might actually improve the product itself. So the website might actually end up unofficially talking about version 2.0 or 3.0 of the product as it changes in your mind and as you actually improve the idea and your ability to communicate it. When we're done with step number 2, once we've improved the website and we're talking about the product and communicating it better, then we're going to move on to step number 3, and that is to test your business idea with real customers. So this is a very different step than the last one. Here we're talking about, or we're communicating with people that don't know you. They're not invested in your success at all. All they care about is whether or not the product or the service creates value for them. And another big difference between this and the last step is instead of sitting down in one-on-one casual interviews with family and friends, we're going to be attracting real, genuine customers online using simple marketing channels like Facebook or Google Ads. And this doesn't have to cost a lot. You can spend $100, you can spend $200. We'll talk about this more in the follow-up video, but you're simply going to find ways to attract initial, real potential customers to the website using paid marketing with an inexpensive campaign, and you're going to see how these people react to the website. So, of course, in this situation, the website really has to stand on its own because you're not there in person. You can't step in even if you wanted to, and people need to understand what it is that you're offering, who it's for, and why they should care about it, why or how it creates value for them. So that is the focus here. And what we want to track in step number 3 are things like how many people view your ad, how many people click your ad, how many people visit the website, how long they spend on the website, and then, of course, how many people click your call to action buttons. So whether it's a physical product and the button says buy now, or it's an online service and it says sign up or register, you want to see how many people visit the site, browse around for a little while, and then actually click one of these call to action buttons, because all of that gives you a sense of the kind of interest you can expect. Now, most people out there are not willing to make a purchase on their very first interaction with a new business or brand. When people click a Facebook ad for the first time, very, very few of them click through and are immediately ready to click the buy now button or the sign up button and immediately pull out their credit card expecting to be able to buy the product or service. So you shouldn't expect a really high conversion rate here. And by conversion rate, I mean people clicking through your ad, visiting the website, and then immediately clicking to buy. That's just not a very realistic scenario. But what you should expect to see is at least some people willing to click through, some people willing to spend a decent amount of time on your website, and finally, some portion of those people willing to click through on one of your call to action buttons to demonstrate genuine interest in your product or service. And if you have any momentum at all, then of course you can improve your ability to create ads, improve your advertising budget, Continue to improve your landing page, build out your product or service, and eventually add additional products and services so that you can create even more value for potential customers and thus be able to spend even more to advertise and attract new customers. And if for whatever reason you don't get a lot of early traction, well, that gives you some more important information, which means you probably need to adjust your product or service, adapt, learn some more about what potential customers are interested in, and pivot your product to serve that audience. And eventually, ideally, you'll see some traction and then you can start to ratchet things up. But that's the process. Let me quickly recap the 3 steps here. Number 1, bring your idea to life with a simple website. Number 2, gather early reactions to improve your messaging. And number 3, test your business idea with real customers. So that's it for the process. If you enjoyed the video or if you got anything out of it, please click the like button here on YouTube to let me know. It also helps promote the content out to a larger audience here on YouTube. And of course, if you want to learn more about how to build and grow your business, I recommend that you subscribe to the channel here on YouTube and that you turn on notifications so that you don't miss out on future videos. And if you have any questions or thoughts or comments on this approach, definitely let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.